Happy Friday, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the transfer of power, whether or not it will be peaceful, whether or not there will be a transfer of power. Maybe we know, maybe we don't. We're all still wearing the same shirt. We're shot on Sunday. Hopefully we don't have to update this. You never know. Hopefully by now we have some sort of answers. Things are probably going to be trickling in, although votes are definitely still going to be being counted in many places. But I guarantee the political networks are all making their calls. Gentlemen, they only have one question now. If there is a transfer of power, will Donald Trump go peacefully?
What does the day of the week have to do with me wearing the same shirt? That's the real question.
I only own one
That's
shirt.
the real question. Yeah, will Biden go peacefully? I think right now when we're watching this video, it's gonna be kind of on the other side. Is Biden's gonna? You guys are gonna be kind of being like, oh, what about this batch of votes that wasn't counted? Because Trump's up 300.
Well,
He's above 300 at this point.
Obviously Trump isn't going to go peacefully. He's already said he's been calling it a fraudulent election since months ago. Okay, he's already instilled doubt with so many people. But here's a good thing. We do have a lot of protections in place for this sort of thing. Thankfully, our founding fathers have almost kind of thought of this already. So
I disagree with you because I think that Donald Trump has property in non-extradition countries, and he'll go very peacefully and quickly. If it turns out he's losing, yeah, because I don't think that's.
So do you think he would even finish his term, assuming that he is voted out and he becomes a lame duck president? Do you think that he even finishes his term?
Oh, he's got to make sure he's not arrested, because and I don't even think I'm not even suggesting, but there's gonna be a lot of mad people in him if he loses, and so
he's definitely gonna finish his term, because if he doesn't, it's gonna hurt Don Jr.'s chance of running for president.
He should have ran for Wyoming, but he's kind of being whipped by Kimberly Guilfoyle right now.
Literally.
I could see that happen though, and here's another thing: if Trump doesn't win, this election, he has a right to run again in 2024.
That's what Bannon said, but that's too old. How could I say that Biden's years old? He'd be 78 or 82 at that point.
Oh, I could see him going, I'm pulling a Hillary. I'm going to run forever. You can see it now.
How pissed Hillary is right now.
Oh, dude, would piss. It would. The real thing, though, it would piss off more Democrats than it would Republicans. Republicans would fucking love it if Hillary would run another time, because that's like food for their thoughts, bro.
Absolutely.
They can't let it go.
Kind of like how I hate to say it, it's kind of like how Heath Ledger died in The Dark Knight, and we wanted the Joker to be the villain of Dark Knight Returns, and we got Bane. Republicans love to hate on Joe Biden, but he's not the Joker.
No,
Hillary's been that villain for 30 years.
The realest thing Joe Biden ever said was, Donald Trump doesn't know that he's going against Joe Biden. I beat all those Democrats because I was more to the center than all of them.
It
is. It's the old Republican freaking boogeyman to call anything that's not far right communism.
It's fun. No, it's really funny, and this is very localized. But a lot of the mail that we've been getting, the local political mail, is Mike Madigan's the boogeyman for Illinois, and they're using the same exact cardstock and phrasing as the election from 2 years ago, and just inserting the new candidate. Been X candidate.
They just put a sticker over it. They made 2 million too many flyers. Made us put
and both sides, because the Democrat ones did something about this candidate wants your wife to stay in the kitchen and not have rights or a job, and it was the same exact poster as the same one from 2 years ago, and so that's kind of funny.
Holy shit!
But she would say, "Boy who cried wolf." It's boy who cried wolf.
Yeah. It goes back again to that misinformation. There's such a level of you're more prone to believe bullshit even if it comes from your side.
Well, I'll give you a great example because this was real. So Bruce Rauner was our governor, Republican governor, ran for re-election, and he just did such a terrible job that everyone hated him. He was 10% less popular than Trump in Illinois, blue state. And so he had a primary election versus Jeannie Ives, who's now running for Congress, and it was very close. And his whole ad was attacking her as Madigan's favorite Democrat, is Jeannie Ives. And it's a big conspiracy that Madigan's having Jeannie Ives, who's not at all. She's Madigan's biggest enemy. and that was the big smear. And he won the primary 52% to 48%. Got into the general. Goes in the general. There's a guy named Sam McCann who actually was an $800,000 plant. Like there was some money laundering going on to like kind of split up the vote. And then he tried to make that same attack, and it had absolutely no weight because it's like you said that about someone else like 5 weeks ago, and she wasn't, and you had no proof, and so now you're using it on someone with proof, and it just
didn't work.
No.
That's crazy.
They're gonna be Venezuela.
Yeah.
We're all gonna spiral into madness.
Oh, they're doing that now too in local politics, where they're trying to tie like a state rep. It's like that's Nancy Pelosi wants. Yeah.
Well, so and that's the funny thing is you see it on both sides. Somebody says like Nancy Pelosi wants this person, and if you're on the left, you're going, sweet, I'd love to vote for this person. If you're on the right, you're going, no, I couldn't never stand to have this happen. Like it's very funny. You could probably send them the exact same political attack ad and just write Democrat or Republican on top of it, give the exact same information, and depending on what side you are, you're like, oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is terrible.
That's funny. Like, oh, universal healthcare, great, awesome. Like
universal healthcare.
Pelosi wants to end fossil fuels. Yeah. Nice.
Literally all you have to do is like just blue or red. That would actually be a really interesting social experiment to like send the exact same ad, same phrasing, same everything, but with a red flyer and a blue flyer, and see like what the perception is. Because some people would be celebrating the fact that it's on it, and other people. Yeah, this is completely off topic. Sorry, I'm kind of spiraling right now.
No, I want to work that job. I want to write these attack ads or like these postcards.
We should do it.
I did it once
in 2022 and 2022, where it's when we're still going strong, and we'll just run a social experiment.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the guys at the Lincoln Project said. Everybody will say, "Oh, I hate negative ads," but they work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Setting yard signs.
He was kind of a bad person. Oh, he was a funny person, but he definitely a little racist. But he like single like so the biggest hope for Trump supporters right now is the George H.W. Bush first Dukakis election, and Lee Atwater was the one that came out with the Willie Horton ad, and also started the rumor that like Michael Dukakis was depressed and had like electroshock therapy, which wasn't true, and totally it was a 19-point advantage to Michael Dukakis, and George H.W. Bush won a landslide.
Why is politics so terrible?
And then also remember the one with Dukakis in the tank? That's what switched the election. Where Michael Dukakis was in a tank with like a army hat and he just looked goofy. Yeah, I wonder why. Like optics and like I want to have a beer with this person is important.
Or everybody remember.
Like
everybody, everybody remembers the around the world.
How evolved have we moved though from that? That Howard Dean, his big scandal, he lost an election because he said like how far have we moved? Like you have to do a lot more than that in 2020.
Trump said himself he could shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue, and his supporters
who was it?
Somebody else out there.
Anthony Weiner. He did a picture of his penis to like a lot of people, and then he still came back.
Or H.W. Bush. I think it was H.W. Bush, wasn't it? That looked at his watch during the debate, and everybody thought it was freaking Obama in his tan suit.
Oh, no lapel pin.
Goodness,
he wore it. He's a traitor. He didn't have a lapel pin. He didn't have an American lapel pin. Total.
I mean, Pence had an upside down lapel pin. No, it was the Pence. Somebody was it Pence or Sean Spicer? Somebody was like wearing an upside down lapel pin during one of the press conferences.
Spicer, yeah.
And they're going, oh, he's crying for help. It's like the optics thing is absolutely absurd.
I think it's kind of a little like I don't want to say the word criminal, but it's like really reprehensible that the media like they have so many options of what to talk about. And like I remember distinctly the Obama lapel thing was like a 1 week story.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
like both sides, like the debates on Obama, whether Obama should be wearing a tan suit or not.
Sometimes they just need to come out and say that, man, it's a slow news day.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll always have something. We started on one topic, we devolved to completely something different, and this has just been I think 10 minutes of who knows. But yeah, gentlemen, any closing arguments on what was the original thing?
Transfer of power.
Any thoughts?
No, I think we'll be good because they'll literally kick Trump out, bro. We have institutions in place. It ain't gonna happen.
What's it gonna be like when it's actually the live show and you're not smiling and it's Biden that has to fight?
I'm gonna be
for
drinking
transfer of power. Yeah.
very heavily.
I think Trump's gonna win. I've been looking at the data. I really just forget politics. I think it's starting to look pretty strong.
He's
And
gonna
especially,
win.
and we're gonna see the in-person votes first. So that's the main thing. Even if Trump like ends up ultimately losing, it's gonna look like he wins at this point.
I will say this. You know, the Republican Party has moved so far to the right that they're now at the risk of losing Texas, and that should say something.
Don't think so. My grandma, who's hardcore Democrat, lives in Texas. She's voting. She voted for Biden already, but she doesn't think it.
Yeah, by
Well, I mean,
Not wrong.
had that the Trump
but
flag
it is-
train
Probably
that tried
watch
to
this.
run
I
the
love
bus
hearing
off the
about
road.
that. Yeah,
it is trending that way, though. It is trending that way.
it is. It is. But
Well, you know,
I've been looking at the data, and I don't think it's not there.
We're
yet.
not. You know, I don't think we're
I'll-
there yet. But it's.
I'll
but
make
it's
the call.
trending
If
that way.
Trump wins
data.
again, we're gonna have like AOC will be the president in 2024. Like depending on where we're at, like if Trump wins again, I guarantee you we're gonna have a straight socialist president in 2024.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a celebrity. It's not gonna be AOC. It's gonna be Richard Sherman or who just won the world's Clayton Kershaw.
I can see Michelle Obama running. Michelle, or maybe even Oprah.
Oprah wanted to. Oh, I love Oprah because she was just like, nah.
Oh,
She was like testing
Rock.
the water. She did some interviews and she's just like, not worth it. I'm just gonna.
Oprah would win in a heartbeat, though, dude.
She would, but it's not worth it. Like that's a downgrade for her. Like
Yeah.
financially,
President Dwayne the Rock
like,
Johnson.
private wise, he seems like he's moving that way.
I can
And
see it.
he made a huge mistake endorsing Biden, like financially. I mean, if he wants to, good for him.
Financially, the guy's sitting on what $250 million. I think he's gonna be okay.
He should be taking financial advice from me. So if you want to invest money, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
If you give Max Rice $30,000, he'll open an Amazon store for you, and you'll make tons of money.
I could be an energy advisor like Hunter.
You could be.
I mean, I'm an energy advisor. Yeah.
I know a Nigerian prince on the internet.
Yeah, they're dying. They just emailed me. They're dying, and they got like $2 million they have to get rid of this week, and they don't trust it.
Just bank account,
Just
routing
need
number, and
credit
I send them $250 or something, and obviously that money will come back.
Can you believe they picked me? It must be because they watched the show. That's my final thought. Like
That makes sense. There we go. I'd say,
Transfer power.
I'm now like a
mic.
micro celebrity. That's
And
what this
transfer
is.
that-
I'm a YouTube famous person.
Yeah, but transfer
Anyways.
the subscribe as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That power
Exactly.
to
So
subscribe.
subscribe. Almost forgot that. That would have been bad. Subscribe to our show. Come back next week. Hopefully, we have some semblance of election fortitude. We'll see. Happy Friday, everybody. Cheers, and see y'all next week.